Hey, it's Cobra here at MaddenGuides.com, and for this Madden 22 defensive tips, a video breakdown, I want to take a look at how to get A-gap and edge pressure against a six-man protection scheme. And so what I'm going to show you is kind of a combination of a lot of things I've been showing over the last few months as far as bringing pressure, especially if a running back is staying in the pass block. So what I want to do is I want to go ahead and show you the defense that we're going to run this with. And the name of the defense that we're going to use for this video breakdown is a very popular defense over the years, and it's called a 46 Normal Inside Blitz. Now, this particular defense has 4 defensive linemen, 3 linebackers, and 4 defensive backs. The coverage type is man. The coverage shell is cover 0. The blitz type is man blitz. The gap pressures comes from A and B. Pass rushers are 6 and the pass defenders are 5. And as you notice with this particular defense, it is a cover 0 defense. So we'll take a look at this in just a bit. Before we do that, let's go ahead and take a look at the playbooks that you'll find this one in. This one, over the years, it's kind of dwindled as far as the playbooks you'll find it in. You'll find it in the 46, the Bengals, the Colts, cover 2 playbook, and the Eagles playbook. For this breakdown, we're going to go ahead and use the Bengals since they're playing the Rams in the Super Bowl. I figure I'll go ahead and do a defense with them for this video breakdown. Before I actually show the blitz setup, I do want to show a few subs that I made with the Cincinnati Bengals. And let's go ahead and take a look at those real quick. Now, I've already written ahead and did that. And as I pointed out in many of the video breakdowns, one of the things that I like to do is go ahead and hit the auto reorder. So if you haven't done that already, go ahead and do so if you're using the Bengals and you're following along in this video breakdown. I'm going to go ahead and show you the subs I made right now, right off the bat. Logan Wilson, he's normally a right outside linebacker. He's a starting right outside linebacker. One of the things in the 46 normal formation, if you use the speed package, you cannot sub him back in. And that's a downside. So that's why I went ahead and globally moved him over to the right end position. Also, throw in the fact that this other guy I'm about to show, which is going to be Trey Hendrickson, he's normally the starting right end, but with this particular setup I'm about to show, he's better served at the left end position because he has a very high finesse move rating, which I think it's an 86, will allow him to get around the quarterback or get to the quarterback around the right tackle and get to the quarterback real quick if you so choose to manually rush him. The one thing cool about this particular setup I'm about to show is you don't have to hot route him into a flat where I've showed manually pass rushing. Instead, you can use the default pass rush angle that he has that allow you to get to the quarterback. And I'm going to show that here in the video breakdown. Now, the only other thing I want to show here is I want to show a couple of these linebackers here that the Bengals have. They are blessed with speed. So this guy right here, Gaither, he's an 88 speed linebacker. Now he's starting there. I didn't do anything with him outside I did the auto reorder. You've got this guy right here, which is Pratt. He's also an 87 speed at linebacker, super fast as well. And then finally, this guy named Jordan Evans, he's the guy that I moved in for Wilson to go ahead and start at the right outside linebacker position. As you can see on your screen, he's also an 87 speed. So you've got basically 3 linebackers, plus if we add Wilson, which is your 4th linebacker, with 87 plus speed linebackers. So the Bengals are blessed with a lot of speed at the linebacker position. So I just want to point that out to you as we go through this video breakdown as far as what I'm doing here. So at any rate, let's get ready to get right in onto the setup here, and I'll go ahead and get into it, and then we'll continue on with this video breakdown. As I've already mentioned, the defensive play that we'll use for this video breakdown is the 46 Normal Inside Blitz. And then from the offensive side of things, we're going to go ahead and use this play right here, which is called the Gun Bunch Wide Trail. And again, this is going to be from the Los Angeles Rams playbook. So let's go ahead and call that and go ahead and get on into it as far as with the breakdown. Now, one of the things that happens with this particular defense for the most part is that this linebacker right here is always going to step up into the gap. He almost always steps up into the B gap right there as you look at it, which is nice. And of course, he's rushing the quarterback. Now, as far as the setup, all you really got to do, if you want to go ahead and manually rush the left end, in this case, it's going to be Henderson, who's lined up over here, you can go ahead and take control of him. Now, early in the video breakdown, I mentioned you do not have to hot route him into the flat. Matter of fact, if you do that, it probably won't work real well for you as far as getting the A-gap pressure that you're wanting. You're better off not hot routing him at all. And the reason for that is his blitz angle or his pass rush angle is a little bit different than some of the traditional rush angles that you might find in some of the other defenses in the game. And it's going to be this one right here. I've seen this in some other defenses as well. It's this where he actually slants to the outside and then he kind of comes back. The nice thing about this is you can manually pass rush him without putting him in the flat and still get pressure on the quarterback and get around the right tackle in most cases. On occasion, you might get blocked, which is fine, but you can on occasion still make this work. And that's what I want to try to do here and show you in the video breakdown. Now, the pressure is going to be designed with the set, or what I'm showing you here is going to come from this linebacker here and from the left end. So what's going to happen here, I'm going to go ahead and zoom in again on this. We're going to find some pressure coming from this guy through the A gap, which is the guy that's going to blitz on his own. The computer's going to blitz him. And then this guy right here, the one I'm in control of, I'm going to get pressure coming off the edge if everything goes well. And the only other thing I can tell you as far as with this setup is to go ahead and call press coverage if you so choose. In another video breakdown, I want to point this out to you and we'll go in more depth into it. But one of the things you can do if you want, you can go ahead and call press coverage and try to fool your opponent. And you can go ahead and press up on the right stick and get over the top. I'm not going to do that for this breakdown, but I want to point this out in another video breakdown. I want to go a lot more in depth with that feature because it is kind of nice and it can fool your opponent on the offensive side of the ball. All right, with that said, let's go ahead and run this. And like I said, I'm going to go ahead and get some pressure on the quarterback with that A-gap pressure and that outside pressure. In most cases, I should be able to do this for you guys. So right there's the pressure coming off the edge. And then we come up through the A-gap. And if you notice, the running back stayed in the pass block. And that's the big thing with this. Even with that running back staying in the pass block, I can still get this. And if you guys remember in another video breakdown, I talked about if the right outside linebacker is in man coverage on the running back, then if the running back stays in the pass block, then he will rush. And that's why we got this pressure. And you're going to see this when I go into instant replay here, what I'm talking about. And that's the key to making this work. So as you watch, it's going to be this linebacker right here. It's going to be the one that makes this work. So this linebacker, as you look at it, he's in man coverage on your screen here. He's on man coverage on that running back right there as you're looking at it. Watch what happens when the running back stays in the pass block. See how he rushes? When he rushes, that makes this work because now if you zoom in, you're going to notice that this guy's now blocking over to this direction. The running back is now blocking. He's got his focus on this guy right here. He's focused on that linebacker. And that's what makes this work because he's now have to watch him and block him. And there comes that A-gap pressure coming from this linebacker right there. I kind of messed up on the illustration there, but from this guy right here who's coming through that A-gap, who's going to apply that pressure on the quarterback as you look at your screen there. And then as I talked about earlier, the guy that I'm in control of, this defensive lineman, this left end, that I'm coming off the edge and I'm applying pressure as well. So I've got pressure coming from two guys, even though the running back's staying in the pass block. And that's what makes this work is, again, it's because that running back stayed in the pass block, allowing that right outside linebacker to rush as well. So that's how you get this pressure here and get that A-gap and that edge pressure coming off the edge. Now, if I were to go back into this, let me show you something else here. Now, remember I just said that was a linebacker that we used to get that pressure. That middle linebacker got the pressure. One of the things you can do with this particular defense, I'm going to go ahead and do this for now. If you want to, you can go into the speed package is what I'm going to do right now. So I'm going to go ahead and go into the speed package, and the Bengals have some speed at the defensive back position. They got a couple guys above 90, 92 speed. So what you can do if you want, you can use the speed package, which I'm going to go ahead and do here this time. And again, I'm going to go back into that wide trail play. And this time we've got some speed coming after him. You're going to see this in a second here as I run this. So you're going to have this defensive back now who's lined up right here. He's now shooting through the A-gap. And then you also have this defensive back who's playing man coverage on the running back. So if the running back was to go out, say this running back did go out, then we're going to have a defensive back now covering him in man coverage, which is nice because if that running back's faster than the linebacker, obviously there could be a mismatch. But with that said, this is another way you can get some pressure on a quarterback. And what I'm about to show here with a different look, but same defense. So you get a dime package, if you will, out there rather than having a base package. So let's go ahead and run this again. Same idea, same concept. Go ahead and run this. And then we're just going to go to the outside. There time I got blocked, but it doesn't matter because I still got the A-gap pressure And even though I didn't actually at the end of it actually sacked him, but you can see right there, you get that A-gap pressure. And that's one of the downsides of doing that. Sometimes those defensive backs won't actually sack the quarterback, where the quarterback will be able to shake it off. But let's go back in instant replay, because I want to show you guys something else that's kind of important about this that is pretty cool. Even though I got blocked, I was able to shed him eventually. And it does happen on occasion. Like I said, you may get blocked, but you're not always going to get in. It's not like where I hot route him on the flat and it's almost always guaranteed. This isn't always guaranteed. But the one thing about this cool thing is we still get that A-gap pressure, as you see on your screen, coming from a defensive back, a little bit faster than the linebacker, but maybe not always get the sack. But what if our opponent was to try to roll out, even though I got blocked initially? With that happening to me, then maybe I can't get to the quarterback fast enough, but what I can still do is I can go in this direction and my opponent cannot roll his quarterback out to the right-hand side, because I'm going to be over there defending that just in case he tries to take off. So that's the other thing you can do with this. If you still get blocked, you can still get over to the side and try to shake loose from that right tackle and work your way over to the right side of the screen there and take away the chances of that quarterback rolling out. So that's what I wanted to point out to you guys. It's pretty nice as far as this setup. You can definitely get some quick heat as you look at it. I mean, you're looking at, let's just do this real quick here. 1001, 1002, 1000, almost 1003. So it's between 2.5 and 3 seconds. You can most of the time get to the quarterback pretty darn quick, which is really nice here. So that's one thing I wanted to point out with this defense. It can definitely bring some pressure on the quarterbacks. So guys, this one is something I definitely want you guys to check out if you get some opportunities to look at it, because you can definitely bring pressure with it, and you can mix it in with the 46 normal. You can mix it in with the defensive back package, where now you have an extra 2 defensive backs and basically replace the linebackers and get more speed on the field and still have, adequate pass coverage. Plus you have even got faster guys who can get to the quarterback. So again, this is how to get A-gap and edge pressure against 6-man protection scheme. Hey Madden gamers, if you enjoy this Madden video or any other video, please subscribe to the Madden Guides YouTube channel. And as always, thanks for watching and for your support.